So do you guys ever feel like you get the ball too close to you, too far away, it's too high, you get jammed up on your forehand? If so, then this video is for you. We're going to go over how to get the proper contact for the forehand every single time. You guys won't get a ball too close, you guys won't get a ball too far away, or at least you guys will know what to do to limit that occurrence, all right? So let's get started. So let's talk about our contact point for the forehand. So where do you want to make contact for the forehand? You guys want to make sure when you guys hit that forehand, you want to make sure that's out in front and away from your body. Once again, I'm going to go hit this forehand. I want to make sure that I'm out in front and away from my body. So what does that mean? If my forehand's right here, if this is where I want to make contact, what does that mean? If the ball's super out in front, what do I have to do? I have to move up to it. If the ball's super high, what do I have to do? If it's high, the ball is going to eventually come down, so what do I have to do? I have to move back to it to get it in this position. If it's close to me, what do I have to do? I have to move over to get the position. If it's far away, I have to move over here. What so many players do wrong though is if the ball's in a different position, they go like this, or they go like this, or they change up their strokes. Guys, why when you go to US Open, if you guys ever been to US Open, Australian Open, any hard court tournament, what do you hear all the pros doing? Right? All the feet, right? Why? Because they're trying to make sure that they get this contact point in the exact proper position. That's why they're moving their feet so much so they can get this contact. So what do we have to do? Let's talk about the high balls to start, right? If you guys have trouble with high balls, right? They're too high. What is the high ball doing? So the ball's coming in real high, it's gonna bounce, it's gonna come in real high, okay? So it's real high right now. The ball is going this way, it's real high. What is it going to do? It's eventually going to drop. So instead of hitting a super high ball up here and missing because it's too high, I want you guys to think that you guys have to move back to let it drop and then hit it. Once again, if it's super high, I want to make sure I move back, let it drop, and then hit it, okay? You guys have to make sure that you move back. So whenever you see, and you can tell before that ball even gets to you, right? It's coming pretty high. You know it's going to be a high ball. Once again, I turn, I move back, let it drop lower, and then I hit it, okay? There's one thing that I want you guys to really take note of when you guys are doing this high ball, you guys are moving back. What a lot of players do is that for this high ball, if they do move back, they go off their back foot like this. You guys do not want to do it, right? In tennis, I tell all my students, you guys always want to make sure that you guys are moving forward, right? So if the ball's super high, I'm going to move back, and then once I'm done, I'm going to finish forward. Let's do two more. So ball's super high, I'm gonna move back, finish forward, and one more. The ball's super high, moving back, finishing forward, all right? Just to get into it a little bit more, for the right-handed player, what am I doing? I'm gonna move back, I'm gonna load in my right foot, and then I'm gonna push off forward to my front foot, my left foot, right? For the lefties, I'm going to move back and load in my left foot, and I'm going to push off into my right foot, all right? So you're going from your back foot to your front foot. You guys aren't just going to the back foot. Okay, so we dealt with how to deal with high balls. So once again, I want you guys to pause this video right now and tell me, what do you do if the ball is super high? Do you stay there? Do you just call it out, right? Or what? No, you guys move back behind it and then finish forward. Guys, I'm telling you, try it. It's gonna make a big difference, okay? Now we're gonna talk about moving forward. What about when you get a ball too short? Well, what do you have to do? If the ball is super short, it's pretty self-explanatory, right? You guys gotta make sure that you guys move up to it. So many players are flat-footed. I can't get it, right? Too short. You guys have to anticipate the short ball, right? The short ball, it's not gonna have much pace. It's not gonna be that high coming over net. All the decisions are made before the ball or right at the point the ball crosses the net. So you guys need to tell in your mind, okay, it's gonna be short, right? So if the ball is short, what do I have to do? I have to move up to it and hit it, all right? But I want you guys to think about one thing. The closer I get to the net, the less court I have to work with, right? So the closer I get to the net, I have less court to work with. If I'm back here, look how much distance I have. I can hit the ball as hard as I want, high as I want, and the ball's still gonna go in. But the closer I get to the net, the less court I have to work with. So I need to make sure I play with a ton of spin, right? So if the ball is close, what do you guys got to do? You guys if the ball's close up to the net, you guys got to move up and play a ton of spin. So what if the ball's too far away? So if the ball's too far to the right, right? Some people, they have trouble, they're just having trouble with the distance to the ball. The ball's too outside, they can't get it in the proper position. Guys, I want you to think about your non-dominant hand, all right? Your non-dominant hand for your forehand, it's your guide, it's your GPS to the ball. Wherever you can get your non-dominant hand out to, it's the exact place that you want to make contact to. So if my hand's over here, it's fully extended, right? I'm making contact right there. So I like to tell my students, pretend that you're going to catch the ball with your non-dominant hand, and that shows, again, exactly where you want to make contact with it. So if you're having trouble with it being too far away from you, I just want you to use your left hand, get it there, and then hit it, all right? Once again, I'm going to utilize my left hand to help distance myself properly and then hit it. Another reason why people feel like they're getting it too far away is because they're not keeping their eye on the ball, right? They're going to swing and their eyes are all the way over here, or they're looking somewhere. Guys, you guys need to keep your head down on the ball, especially for balls too far away from you, right? So use your non-dominant hand, go out and keep your head down on the ball. Once again, I'm going to use my non-dominant hand, head down on the ball, and then hit, okay? Then let's talk about too close, right? So the number one problem that people have is that the ball is too close to them, right? Guys, everyone's going to have trouble with contact point, right? You guys are sometimes going to get the ball too close, sometimes too high, but never make the same mistake 3 times in a row, right? So if you get 2 balls super close, right, super close to you, I want you to make sure that third ball, you are so far away that you might even whiff it, all right? You guys need to use this non-dominant hand for the balls that are close to you, right? You guys need to, close to the ball right here, if I can get my hand out here, watch, I can get in the proper position. So if the ball's ever too close, I need to use that hand to help give me that distance. Once again, I want to use that hand and then hit to help give me the distance. If you guys can use your non-dominant hand as a guide, you guys won't hit those balls that are close to you anymore. Another thing that we do, a lot of times when we get the close balls, we hit those balls, those close forehands in the middle of the court. So probably 80% of the time, the balls that you get super close, you're like, it's too close to me. It's because, again, the ball is in the middle of the court. Many people think when the ball's in the middle of the court, oh, it's in the middle, I don't have to move. Too close, try again, right? Guys, if the ball's in the middle, you still have to move the same amount that you would if the ball is out wide or on the other side, right? So when I get a middle ball, I want to make sure I move around it and then hit. Once again, I want to move around the ball and then hit. So just because the ball is in the middle does not mean you don't have to move. So again, make sure you guys think when you get a ball in the middle, you have to move around it still. You guys won't hit a ball that's close again. Another thing, right? Sometimes people think that not just the distance, but the contact, right? The ball's too close to them, they get jammed, right? They're letting the ball come into them too much, right? They always get their forehand late. They never get their forehand early. For all my clients, this is the only reason. If any student has a problem with getting their ball too close to their body, it's because they're not taking the racket back early enough. So let me explain, right? So the ball's coming, the ball's coming, the ball's coming. They're taking the racket back, and then they swing, and it's late. All you have to do if you ever feel like you're getting the ball too close to you, you just have to take your racket back earlier, right? So when I take my racket back earlier, the ball's coming, and then what? I can get that ball out in front. So before the ball even crosses the net, I need to make sure my racket is back. So many players, what they do is that they wait too long for their racket to take back, and then they get the ball too close to their body. Again, the ball's crossing the net, racket back, and then I'm going to swing. So take that racket back earlier. If you ever feel like you get a ball that's too close to you, it's going to make a big difference, and you're going to have a drastic improvement on your contact point. So racket back earlier, all right? Then, if you feel like the ball is too close to you when you guys are hitting, what does that mean? That means you guys are hitting the ball too darn early. Sorry, you guys are hitting the ball too late. The ball's too late, right? You're taking too much time to make contact. So what should you guys do? Try to hit that ball earlier, all right? Always, again, I'm all about making adjustments, right? You constantly want to make sure that you're making continuous adjustments. So if I get 2 balls that are super close to me, the next one, I'm just going to go so out in front. so out in front. Like it's so early that I might swing and miss. I might strike out like the Phillies, right? So guys, make sure that you guys, again, if you feel like the ball is too close, that means you're hitting the ball later, just hit the ball earlier, right? Constantly make that adjustment when you hit, okay? So once again, we worked on deep balls, we worked on short balls, we worked on balls too far to the left, balls too far to the right, what to do with a close contact point. We went over it all. Guys, if you guys have any questions or comments, please let me know in the comments below. I put the link to my Instagram in the description. Make sure to follow Tennis with Tyler. We have tons of good tennis tips, quick tennis tips. Make sure to follow Just Tennis Edits as well. Again, guys, if you guys have any questions or comments, please let me know. Have a good one, guys, and happy hitting.